talk about Afroman and the raid on his home. For those of you who don't know who Afroman is a rapper from the early 2000s, and he is famous for his song Because I Got High. So he lives in a home in Ohio, and the police recently raided his home. And the reason I want to cover this is because what Afroman decided to do, let me go back here. They raided his home. They didn't find any evidence whatsoever of any type of, criminal activity, any wrongdoings, and there was accusations that were pretty serious, everything from drug dealing, trafficking, and kidnapping. So they went in full tactical gear, didn't find anything at all. In fact, they even attempted to do some criminal activity themselves. They were disconnecting and ruined his video surveillance footage. They took some money from him. They were short money. There's a lot of different things here that was going on. And so what Afroman decided to do is Afroman decided to do what most artists do best and make art out of what happened. He took the surveillance footage and turned it into some music videos, made merchandise, t-shirts. There was one part where he noticed one of the officers doing a double take on this lemon pound cake that was on his counter. So his whole album's called Lemon Pound Cake. And it's just basically mocking him, make memes, things like that. Well, the police officers did not like that at all, and so they turned around and they sued him for defamation, among other things. So let's go ahead and get into it.
A legal battle over privacy for officers involved in a raid. At the center of it, rapper Afroman. After police searched his home, he used surveillance video of it in a music video and put images on merchandise. Now, some of the officers are suing. Our Alex Verche traveled to Afroman's hometown of Winchester, Ohio, to learn more about the case that brought officers there and why Afroman decided to turn his experience into viral song.
Will you help me repair my door?
These days, Afroman isn't just singing about weed. He's also rapping about his experience with police.
Why you disconnecting my video camera? Did you find what you was looking for?
How long did it take you to write that song?
To be fair, maybe a good 30 minutes. I think I just wanted to say whatever I was feeling. Most rappers, when they portray the police, they have to hire actors. Thanks to the Adams County Sheriff Department, they saved me a whole lot of money. They came over here with guns to kill me. The best thing I came up with was write songs about my experience and try to sell them and make some money to pay for the destruction that they brought to my house.
On August 21st last year, deputies from the Adams County Sheriff's Department pulled up in front of Afroman's house in Winchester.
Was driving home, I don't know, 65 miles away from home, I got a call. My kids was next door playing in the yard when they could see the police officers pulling up.
Armed with long guns and wearing tactical gear, the officers kicked down the door and entered the property. The whole thing playing out on Afroman's security cameras. Afroman says he watched his house get raided right from his phone.
No matter how hard you try to be a law-abiding citizen, this is how, America treats you, I felt powerless.
The warrant obtained for this raid lists some serious allegations, evidence of drug possession and trafficking, as well as kidnapping. It also states that the police received a tip from a confidential informant who had seen large amounts of weed and money at the property and claimed Afroman kept women locked in his basement.
I didn't get charged. I didn't kidnap. I don't know where they got that. You know what I'm saying? And I think they just made it up. And I talked to the head officer. I asked him if I was under arrest. He said no. Then I asked him, were there any charges? He said no. Then I asked him if he would help me put my door back on the hinges and help me fix my gate. And that's when he cracked a little smile and said, we're not required to do that. And that's their way of just letting you know that that's how it is and you can't do nothing about it. So I got to start from right there and figure out what's my move.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door.
Afroman went on and wrote 3 songs about the incident. Using the security camera video, he then released a music video that quickly went viral.
Lemon pound cake, He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake, trending on TikTok.
After Lemon Pound Cake and Will You Help Me Repair My Door, Afroman made merchandise, saying it was his way of getting justice. But 3 months later, he received a notice the officers involved in that raid were suing him, claiming they had suffered humiliation, ridicule, mental distress, embarrassment, and loss of reputation after the music videos were released. Their claim demanded they should receive the proceeds that Afroman made using their image.
He was suing them because it ruined the officer's reputation. So it's not the stealing, and it's not the raiding, and it's not the tyrannical behavior that ruined his reputation. No. It was being put in Afroman videos. And just for the record, and it's my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that I'm right on this, that's covered in and protected by the First Amendment. When these officers are in their official capacity, people are going to meme them. They're going to do all kinds of things, and they're not expected to have, they have a certain level of privacy, but not in their capacity. And when you go into somebody's house, you're on Afroman's property, and you're subject to whatever he wants to record. So whatever he happens to capture, and I think he absolutely should profit from it. No question about that. I don't know if you guys ever go to your local gas station when you're getting like soda, cigarettes, things like that, or getting gas, and you see on the counter there are these little magazines. They're the mugshot magazines, right? You're gonna see people's mugshots, gonna say what they're locked up for. It's public information. Yes, absolutely. But somebody's profiting off of those magazines. But I digress. Afroman, whose real name is Joseph Edgar Foreman, contends that he was in his right to express his frustration with what unfolded in his home in Winchester, Ohio. And I agree, 100%. And in fact, I encourage it. And I think it's brilliant. And I think it's the best thing that he could have done in that situation, in my opinion. These officers were able to get a judge to sign out on a warrant for them to raid his home in tactical gear, no-knock raid, based off of a confidential informant who said they saw something. Okay, that may fall under reasonable suspicion, so you could detain someone, that sort of thing, but there is no probable cause, and you need probable cause in order to get a judge to sign a warrant. At least you're supposed to. So I also think these judges need to be held accountable too for their just willy-nilly, signing things, and they just kind of go off of whatever the police say, and they're not, they need to be held accountable too. So we're going to see if we can find out who that judge is.
What's your response to that?
These big, tough dudes that laugh when you ask them to help you put your door back on the hinge, it's turned into these little whiny crybabies complaining about my song. My only response to that was a rap song and a t-shirt.
Took the surveillance footage and turned it into some music videos, made merchandise t-shirts. There was one part where he noticed one of the officers doing a double take on this like lemon pound cake that was on his counter. So his whole album's called Lemon Pound Cake. And it's just basically mocking him, make memes, things like that.
We reached out to the Adams County Sheriff's Department via telephone and also in person. A spokesperson said they could not comment about the case because it's still under investigation. We also reached out to the attorney representing the deputies. They declined to comment on the specifics of this case, but they did say in an email, "I intend to argue my client's case in the Adams County Court, not in the court of public opinion or the press."
I intend to argue my client's case in the Adams County Court, not in the court of public opinion or the press. Yeah, I bet, because you know what? If you went to the press or the court of public opinion, they would get ridiculed and they would get embarrassed. Once again, as they should be. I'm just saying. There was a legal expert in this one article that I'm reading here that basically says that officers acting in their job, executing their job functions is typically not going to rise to the level of a violation of privacy, and I agree. If you want privacy, if you don't want to look stupid, first of all, if you don't want to look stupid, don't do stupid shit. But if you want your privacy, don't work for the public, okay? Because not only you're working for the public, but all your job information is going to be public information. So if somebody wants to know how much money you make, they can just do a quick search. They can do an open records request. Don't work for the public if you don't want the public to see, you working. It's as simple as that. Anyways, I thought I'd show you that. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put links in the description of Afroman's store that you can buy some of his merchandise. I highly recommend that you go check him out, support him, and support him making money off of this and making these cops look like fools, even though he didn't have to work too hard to do it because they did a really good job doing that themselves. I want to thank Afroman for sharing the footage with us, and so that way we can see what's going on. Also, I want to note too really quick that he said that he talked to a lot of his neighbors and that a lot of his neighbors were having stuff like that happen to them as well, but they don't have the type of platform that Afroman has, so they appreciated him making everything public and exposing what was going on in their town in Ohio. So anyways, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. That is my goal. I'm really dead set on doing that. I appreciate it. If you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit like, comment in there, let me know what you think about the situation. Let me know if you are a fan of Afroman's. It helps the algorithms and it helps more people see the channel, and it also helps spread the word that badges don't grant extra rights, and it also helps to share these stories. There's a lot of people who have stories to tell, and I'm fortunate enough to have a decent platform where I could share those stories. So again, thank you for stopping by my channel, and we'll see you next time.